I'm here at Mission San Gabriel. Let's go check it out. It's great to be here at the 4th mission ever to be established in California. Let's talk about the history of this place. Established on September 8th, 1771, this was the 4th mission created by Father Juan Serra. Like the 3 missions that came before it, Mission San Gabriel was forced to move from its original site. In 1775, the mission was moved 3 miles to its present location to improve conditions for planting and cultivating the fields. Mission San Gabriel grew to be the pride of the missions and was far more productive than any other mission. San Gabriel provided many of the other missions with the necessities of life from its land. In fact, Mission San Gabriel is credited with introducing large-scale viticulture to California. A great achievement for anyone who loves California wine. What makes this mission distinct from the others is the architecture. Father Antonio Guazado, the designer of the mission, was born in Cordova, Spain, and borrowed the Moorish style from the famous cathedral in Cordova, which is where the side walls featured capped buttresses. If you want the general history of the California mission system, check out our video for when we visit the mission at San Juan Bautista. But anyway, let's get back to the story of San Gabriel Mission. In 1874, the Southern Pacific laid their tracks in front of the mission. The reason I bring this up because it reminded me of the SP's old Route of the Missions campaign from 1915, and this film from 1937 promoting their new streamlined daylight service.
Nearly 2 centuries ago, Franciscan padres explored California's rugged wilderness to establish a chain of missions. The route of the missions from southern to northern California was a long and tortuous journey.
Speaking of journeys, ours is about to begin. Ours will not be torturous like those padres, however. Instead, it'll begin at the lovely gift shop. Here, you can get fine items like t-shirts or books about the mission. Outside, we were greeted by this plaque commemorating the Anza Trail from 1774, the first overland route to California. Past that, we'll begin our tour at the Mission Cemetery. The cemetery here is the oldest in Los Angeles County. These walls were rebuilt in 1940 using the original foundations, and the large crucifix is a memorial to the 6,000 Native Americans who were buried here. Today, the cemetery is a very peaceful place to walk through while exploring the San Gabriel Mission, especially when you're heading towards the main church. Speaking of the church, let's head inside to see the splendor of this chapel. Built in 1812, this chapel is still an active Roman Catholic church, which means weddings and other religious services continue to take place inside this magnificent building. The best features of this chapel include this magnificent altarpiece at the front, complete with the grave of the friars that used to work here, and these paintings made by the natives who lived here depicting the stages of the cross. After spending a good time in the chapel, let's take a splendid walk through the corridor underneath these beautiful vineyards. For the Franciscan friars, the planting of vineyards at California missions was originally born out of a need for sacramental wine, a must-have for performing the rite of communion. But it was here at San Gabriel that the mission vines truly flourished. Eventually, the mission evolved into what might be considered California's oldest winery.
In this way, the beginning of California's fruit and wine industry was established.
Now that we've seen the vineyards, let's check out the museum right next to the chapel. Now before we do, here's a section of adobe wall that's open to show the impressive brickwork that was used in building the mission. Inside this museum, we can get a better look at the history of Mission San Gabriel. And this includes a map of the many native villages within the Los Angeles basin. Also on the map are Mission San Gabriel, San Fernando, and San Juan Capistrano. They have great exhibits about the mission life and the native tribes that lived in the area. And this includes this wall, which is decorated with all the names of the natives that were baptized here. Also on exhibit are these baskets that were weaved by the native tribes and illustrations depicting conflicts between the Spanish colonists and the native tribes that lived in the area. There are also examples of Spanish colonial artifacts like these two books that the Padres would have read at the mission. There are also these fruit box labels from packing houses that used this mission as part of an image for their company. Heading back outside, we'll take a look at some of the outdoor exhibits, including this native home, the tannery vat ruin, a great example of industry that was happening at the mission, and this cannon, a perfect item to represent the military history here at a mission. And with that, our journey to San Gabriel Mission is over. See you later, folks, and may your gifts bless the world.